Well, hey there, it's Jill Havens. It's been about 9 months since I've done a video, a little over 9 months. So I'm a little bit rusty. I started reading Pam Grout's E Cubed. The videos that everybody's watching, to my surprise, were videos that I did for E Squared. And now she came out with E Cubed, and I have finished the first experiment. And I had so much fun doing the first book that I wanted to do some videos for the second book. It's been, like I said, it's been 9 months, so I just want to fill you in on a few things that have been going on between that time and now. I'm no longer doing internet marketing. I was doing that. That's one of the main reasons I started doing the videos, because I was doing internet marketing and I was just trying to get my face out there and get people to know me and hopefully join a business with me. And I'm not doing that anymore. Just didn't work out for me. The universe had different plans for me. So, I finished E Squared in December last year. I did my last video in December, and I really think it changed my thinking on quite a few things. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm still at the job. You guys will remember, if you've recently watched my videos, you remember the job that I love to hate. I'm still there. But I'm working on, my intention is still to leave. A year ago when I started these experiments, I don't think I really knew what I wanted to do. I thought I did. And now that's changed a little bit. When you really have to feel in your gut, I guess, what makes you happy and what drives you. And I believe I've found that. And my intention is to make that my full-time gig now. And what I'm talking about, in January I decided to get a second job. Not because I had to, but because I was honestly getting bored at home, especially on the weekends. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was getting depressed because my job, I work at home, and I'm not with people. So I wanted to get out and be with people again. So I got a job in retail, and there was 3. I thought, if I'm going to get out and work again outside the house, it's got to be somewhere that I'm going to enjoy. So I made a list of 3 places that I would enjoy working at because of the products that they have. And after that list, I said, okay, what's the best one, the one I'd like to work at the most? Picked that one and found them on Facebook and asked if they were hiring. And mind you, this is January, after Christmas. Not many retail places are hiring at that time. And they were actually hiring. I couldn't believe it because they had a lot of people. It doesn't matter why, but they were hiring. So I went in the very next day to talk to the owner and bugged her for a little bit and got a job. And now I'm loving it. I mean, I only work there 3 days a week, but it's like, I love it. I love the products. I've made new friends. I'm getting out and meeting people, and it's just really, it's changed my life. It's made me happier. And am I busier? Yes, I'm busier because now I'm working 2 jobs. I also have a little bit more money, which is nice. So I'm in better shape financially than I was this time last year. But it's made such a huge difference because I'm out there with people again, and everybody's dream is to work at home. Well, working at home is great, but when you're by yourself every single day, it's not always so great. But I guess you have to experience it to appreciate everything else. Anyways, I'm getting long-winded here. I just kind of, like I said, I wanted to fill you in on what's been happening between now and then. And this new book, E Cubed, came out, and I did the first experiment. I started it Sunday morning. The first experiment takes 72 hours. And before I tell you about that experiment, because of where I've been, making the decision to leave internet marketing and making the decision to get a second job and get out there and be with people again, my outlook has changed a little bit. I'm more positive than. I mean, I always strive to be positive, but I try to look at things like last year. I hated my job and I couldn't wait to quit and blah 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 blah. That just stinks to live your life like that every single day, that you hate where you are. And I did. I really hated where I'm at. And I've been trying. I know that this isn't going to last forever. And I actually like my job, my first job. There's many things I don't like about it, which I don't need to go into at this point because I'm focusing on positive things and not negative things. But I've learned, before I started this experiment, I was in the process of learning how to be happy where I am. Because if you're not happy where you are, life stinks. So I was already in the process of learning that, just to let you know. Now, I'm going to find the chapter. Again, this is Pam Grout's E Cubed. This is her second book. The first one was E Squared. She's written other books, but the first one was E Squared. This one is E Cubed, and this is the first experiment. Again, it takes 72 hours, and she said there's like 3, she calls them games that you play. And the first one is to start your day with a laugh track. When you rise in the morning, give thanks for the light, for your life, for your strength. Give thanks for your food and for the joy of living. That is a quote by Tecumseh. That's in the beginning of this experiment. And what this whole chapter was about was just what I was just talking about, being happy, no matter what. And I don't know about you, but when I woke up, now see, I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, to work. And I recently tried to change that, and they turned me down. So I still have to get up at 4 o'clock every morning, and it's really hard for me to go to bed early because it doesn't jive with my internal clock, which is another reason I want to change it. It's hard to be positive when you're dragging yourself out of bed after 5 or 6 hours of sleep, and it's just. So this really helped. Anyways, start your day with a laugh track. For the next 3 days, for a mere 5 minutes, you're going to throw the following feel-good party in your brain. Listen to one or more of these songs, all easily accessible on your phone. You could even make it your alarm, which I didn't, but you could, or on your computer. And she lists many different songs you can use. I used 3 Little Birds by Bob Marley, and I also used Celebration by Kool and the Gang. And what she wants you to do, the minute you get up, you listen to that song, even at 4 o'clock in the morning. She said, perform the following series of movements. Pump your fist in the air with complete glee. Repeat 5 times. Do the Harlem Shuffle on your way to the bathroom in the morning, before you brush your teeth. Go outside and stretch your arms wide to salute the sun that comes up every day without you having to pay for it or ask it to. I did that for 3 days in a row, and I think that I'm going to continue because, nobody saw me do my little dance in the bathroom or anything, I think that's also part of this experiment, but I'll get into that here in a minute. I just plugged in. I got on my phone and got on YouTube and got those videos going. I put on my headset and, danced into the bathroom and did my fist pump. And, you're going to feel silly doing it. But if that's changing your outlook, your neurons are firing in positive directions instead of negative directions, like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to be up, I don't want to go to work. Ugh. If you start your day off with that, it changes how you feel. It really does. These past few days, like I said, I did that. I went outside 2 mornings, I think. No, I only went out. Yes, it was 2 mornings I went outside and just raised, I got up a little bit later on Monday morning, so I was able to thank the sun for shining for me, and the next 2 mornings I opened up my bathroom window and thanked the stars, because the stars were still out when I get up. Thanked the stars for shining for me and felt the fresh air. So, I kind of hid. I kept this little experiment to myself, but I did it. The second game, ask for your own personal cosmic joke. Put in an order with the universe for something that will amuse you, something that makes you laugh out loud. Intend to be shown this inside joke within the next 72 hours during the time frame of this experiment. I asked for that, and I got it in my first 2 hours. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it was because it's an inside joke. But I did receive it, and I did laugh out loud, and I didn't realize what was happening until after I laughed out loud. I'm like, oh, it already happened, in 2 hours. So that was pretty cool. Game 3. For the next 3 days, make a commitment to be grateful for everything that happens. Now, the first day that I started this experiment was Sunday. And I'm a football fan. And I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. So any of you who follow football know that Cleveland Browns fans aren't the happiest of fans. Even though I think this year, knock on wood, things are a little bit different. We lost that day. And every single game, we've only played 3 games. Every single game we've been in has been a winnable game, which is not usually the case for us. We've been in it it's gone up to the last few seconds. And of course, in the last few seconds of this one, we lost. And it was a heartbreaker. And I thought, how am I supposed to be happy about that? Because it was really depressing. Now, I don't let games ruin my day, like somebody that I'm related to that decided to make the rest of his day ruined because of this game. I won't mention any names. Those of you who know me will know who I'm talking about. Disappointment lasts for a little bit, and then you just let it go. And I can't say that I was thankful for the loss. I try to be thankful for maybe what the loss taught the team. And I also tried to be thankful I was thankful for all the positives that I saw happen that day. Yes, we lost, but there were so many positive things happening that haven't happened to our team for years that I was very thankful for. And so there was one down thing. And because she's trying to get you to be grateful even for things that normally you wouldn't be grateful for, like that. And I'm not saying that during these 3 days that I haven't gotten ticked off at things, because there have been things that have made me mad. Not too many, honestly. A couple things. But I was able to snap right back out of it. I mean, get mad and get over it, It's been easier to get through. And I have tried to appreciate, even little things. I've appreciated the weather. I've appreciated the fresh air, the colors, my guinea pigs, my dog. And one thing that happened today was actually out of the experiment time, but still. There's been kind of a tug of war going on between me and my son because he owes me just a little bit of money. And I haven't gotten any money for a while, and it's always push, pull. I always have to remind him to pay me, and, in my mind, he should know. I got to pay my mom, And today I thought, you know what? I'm just going to let this go. He'll pay me when he feels he needs to. I'm okay. My money situation's okay. I don't have to have this money. I want it. I will get it. But I let it go. I thought, I'm not going to bug him anymore because it just makes me mad. It makes him mad. So I let that go. And also in my mind, I thought, the next time he asked, can I come over and do laundry if he hasn't made his payment? No. I made up in my mind what I was going to do. I'm not really going to help him unless he's living up to his responsibilities. So I got a call about 4:30, and he said he's on his way over to give me money. And he did, and he gave me more than what I expected. So, holy crap, I let go. I started getting money. I mean, it just makes sense. So I'm going to continue that trend. But anyways, this whole experiment, she also had something called extra credit. Extra credit games. Take silly to the streets. Enlist a friend to dress up with you in a weird costume. Go get coffee. Just a few ideas here. Make a sign that says free hugs. Take it to a shopping mall downtown and make good on your offer. Give away money. Gosh. Wear a sign that says, I need to give. Please take my money. Or sing out loud in the grocery store. This is all about letting go, not worrying about what other people think of you. And I am working on that every day. It's okay to be a little bit weird, a little bit eccentric, to stand out. I mean, people remember people that stand out. Now, I'm not advising you to go out there and be crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm not saying that at all, but I did try to sing in the store a little bit. A couple different stores. When I was at work, I was singing, and when I was in the grocery store, I temporarily forgot about the Browns' loss and was singing until somebody saw the shirt I was wearing and asked me how the game went. I'm like, oh, you had to make me remember that. And then I'm so self-conscious for no reason, but I am. And even sitting in the car, if there's somebody next to me, I try not to get animated because I don't want anybody to think, oh, she's weird. And I'm trying to let go of all of that crap because who cares? Stand out in a crowd. Don't blend in. That's how people are going to remember you. And that's how people are going to gravitate towards you. And if people don't gravitate towards you for being the kind of person that you really are, then you don't need those people. Not everybody's going to like you, just like you don't like everybody. And that is okay. Be yourself. And that's what I am working on, is being myself. And in this experiment, and this is going to be an ongoing experiment for me, but in this experiment, the past 3 days, the past 72 hours plus, I have noticed myself being happier. I have noticed myself have this little smile on my face for whatever reason, for no particular reason. The whole point of this is to find joy, and darn it, can't find that paragraph. The whole part of this is to find joy, even if you don't have the life you want, you don't have the job you want, you don't have the spouse you want, you don't have the kind of money you want, you can still find the joy in life. And also the theory behind that is finding the joy and appreciating the joy is going to bring more of it to you. In the past 3 days, I have felt happier than I have in a while. I just feel like so many doors, all these invisible doors are opening. I don't know what they're opening to, but they're opening. There's stuff happening. I've been happy for no apparent reason, and that feels awesome. So, gosh, get this book, start doing this experiment, because it makes a difference. And when you're happy, good things happen. And last night, I really had a hard time going to sleep. Like, let's say you're planning a trip, you're leaving on vacation the next day, and you can't sleep that night. That's kind of like the kind of night I had last night, but there wasn't anything going on. I got to look forward to going to work in the morning at 4 a.m. And I just sat there, or laid there, as I was trying to sleep, thought, what's keeping me awake? I truly think there's something going on that I can't see. All these forces are pushing me where I want to be. And I honestly think that's what kept me awake last night. I just don't know exactly what it is. But stay tuned, because there's, I believe there's 8 more experiments, and I'm going to do the videos for each one of those too as I go through them, because this has been a lot of fun. And I also want to say, 9 months, my last video was in December, and I'm still getting people that are watching my videos. They're commenting on my videos. They are friending me on Facebook, and they're subscribing to my YouTube channel. And I just want to say I really appreciate that, because when I started this, I didn't expect this. And the whole purpose behind me starting these videos was to get me noticed for my internet business. I'm not doing that anymore, but yet people are still noticing what I did. They're still liking it, commenting it, and friending me on Facebook. And I want to thank you for that. And, why that's happening has yet to be seen, but I think it's really cool. So stick with me and do the experiments with me. Let me know how they worked out for you, and I'll see you for the next experiment. Thanks for listening.